start by asking. Any school can represent themselves. Yes, I don't follow your hand. You better represent yourself well. Especially you. Yes. You know I know you. Okay. When we say mental health, what comes to our mind? Anybody? Just raise up your hand. We are fast. Beautiful. Okay, he says a state of proper functioning of our mind. Please let me, so I don't know what to. Thank you. Instead of proper function of our mind. Any other trial? Yes, please. Sorry, I can't hear you. No, say it again. I should be able to. It says things that have to do with our brain. Thank you. Okay, females, we gathered here because of you. Oh yeah. What are some of the things that can that serve as psychosocial stressors at this time? There's stress generally, so we have the physical stress, we have psychological stress, we have social stressors. But today we're not talking about physical stress, so we're not talking about your physical health and all the other things. We're talking about things that can affect you psychologically and things that can affect you socially. Okay, so I need you to give me examples. What are some of the things that can affect you socially? Oh yeah, we are students. Don't just be rattling it. And the state of your environment, e.g. Fuel is one, brother. Here, there's no cash. I didn't hear that. Well, it's not even, the policy is not cashless, so, because you cannot buy pepper without cash. So that policy is not cashless. But the unavailability of your cash, yes, what are other things that can stress you socially?
Hello.
I need to dash you money. You have to dash us something. I need to dash you. Social media. Social media. Okay, next. Oh yeah, let's talk.
Alright.
At your level, what are your peer group, peer pressure. Yes, okay. Oh yeah. I have a list here, but all those things won't make sense. Social amenities like what? Football? Did you say football? Is it the lack of social amenities or the availability of social amenities? Which one? These people are going to collect the mic from me. Both of them. Okay, so the lack of social amenities, yes, can be a psychosocial stressor. So you have gone to school all day, all work, and then you want to play football, and there's no place to play football. Or your own is that you play football and your homework does not get done. Okay, so it's either way. Okay? Yes. Parental. Hey, stop swallowing your words now. The parental background. Whoosh. I agree with you. But I'm sure you have not yet told me what is inside your mind. How does your parental background serve as a psychosocial stressor? Think about it, you tell me. Hey, man, I don't need to come here. These children, they know everything. Stigma. What are some of the things people can stigmatize you about? We are going to use more than 15 minutes, I'm sorry. The other lecturers can cut their own. This one, no, I'm serious, because we always put mental health to the background. And the generation we're dealing with right now, their coping skills are poor. Their coping skills are almost non-existent. You will go out, you will fight, you will play with plasticine, you will come back and you are together. This one person just says, look at your head. For the next 3 days, he will not write anything in school. Okay, you were saying something. No, not you, not you. You were saying stigma. So what are some of the things people can stigmatize you about? Okay, so they don't like your dress, they don't like the way you look, they don't like your hairstyle, they don't like your nose, your leg is too long, your leg is too thin, you are too fat, you are too thin, you are too small. Ma, you are too busty, and you are 15, your breast parents has not bothered. Those are, I don't know the things that disturb me. What are we talking about? Yes, so stigma. And some of this stigma is not by other people. Some of it can be self-stigma. By yourself. You are looking at other people and thinking, I'm not as fine as she is. I'm not as tall as she is. I'm not as brilliant as she is. The boys even stigmatize themselves. Okay. I didn't hear that. Electricity. All those ones in social amenities. All of them. Yes, electricity. You get home, you cannot do your homework. Or you are using even the torchlight you are using cannot be charged because there's no light. It is well. Okay. Relationship. Just take the hand, Bluetooth shake. Relationship with the opposite sex. Those are the things that bother us. That's the truth. Okay? So we'll take 2 more. What did you say? Depression. I'm coming to you. Okay. Thank you. I think that's where he was going to. So broken homes. Or the homes are not even broken, but they were better off broken. Why are you people laughing now? Every day is gas goes. Okay. So those are some of the things, those are some of the psychosocial stressors that we deal with. And then they will lead to what my friend just said, to depression. But what you people call depression is not what we call depression. So let me tell you what you will look for, and then you will say, oh, this person has depression. Okay? You want to give me paper? Okay, so we have 5 minutes. It's okay. So, you have low mood. That would mean that you are sad for most of the time. You have low energy. Please listen. Please listen. You do not have interest in the things you used to have interest in before. You are unable to concentrate. Difficulty with reading. You are on that page. You will stare at that page for hours on end and nothing goes in. You are not sleeping well. You are not eating well. You begin to see the future as being bleak. You feel hopeless. You feel helpless. You begin to ask yourself questions. If I leave this earth, will anybody really miss me? When any of those things have gone on together for at least 2 weeks. Did you hear me? So those things I listed must have occurred at least together for at least 2 weeks. So not that you failed your test and you were sad for 2 days, you are not depressed. Or you had malaria and because of that you couldn't eat, you are not depressed. But when all of these symptoms have occurred, you begin to keep to yourself the things that used to interest you. So you like to play football, your friends call you, let's go play football, and you're not interested. You are the party going on and they say, let's go, and you said, I'm not interested, today, tomorrow. And it occurs for 2 weeks on end. You need help. Okay? So depression is one. Anxiety is another. So you look at everybody's life on social media. All the fake life on social media. Then you are calm, God, when? And God is asking you, when what? And so because of that, your mommy gave you 500 naira to school. Then you decided that the person that is bringing 1.5 is better off than you. You don't know where she's getting her money from. You don't know where he's getting his money from. Then the boys, they are in a hurry. They need to hammer. You know, we say these things now. Before, we didn't used to say them at your level. But I've treated 14-year-olds, I've treated 15-year-olds who have attempted to take their own lives because they were involved in Yahoo. And then they were swindled. Yes, I mean 14, 15-year-olds. So now we don't assume you do not know because we know that you know. Okay. So let's move very fast. I'm sure I have like 2 minutes left. So when you enjoy optimal mental health, there are some of the features. You feel happier and you're more positive about yourself. Everybody faces challenges. Everybody. Everybody. Your classmates that look like they have it all together face challenges. But if you feel good about yourself, if you know that this is just a challenge, tomorrow will be better. Some people now, their only problem is the hair that they are making. If somebody tells them to cut their hair now, they will become depressed. Do you understand? Okay. You're able to bounce back when life upsets you or there are disappointments. You have healthier relationships. You have a good sense of achievement. You can relax and sleep well at night. How many of us sleep well at night? How many hours of sleep is optimum for you at your level? It's okay. At your level, 8 hours. If you're an SS3 and you're preparing for WAEC, 6 hours. After you have finished WAEC, go back to your 8 hours. But you need 8 hours. And sleep is important because it helps you to consolidate your memories. All the things you learned in the morning. If you do not sleep, your mommy comes in, you carry the phone, you tuck it under the bed. Then as she goes out, you bring it back. And then you are there till 3. Then when it is 5, you have to wake up 2 hours. When they teach you in school the next morning, you won't learn anything. 0. So you need to sleep. You need to eat well. This is not the age to jump. Your brain needs good food. It's okay, you can jump after you have eaten good food. Okay? Then you sleep well. What are some of the signs that you have? You're not enjoying optimal mental health. I'm almost rounding up. You feel down, you feel hopeless, you're always crying, or you feel like crying. You don't have the motivation to do anything. Schoolwork, you're not interested. Homework, you're not interested. But they get to force you to do them. You have trouble coping with everyday activity. There's a change in your behavior. And this is something, well, I know some teachers are here. When we see a child who has been doing well, and then all of a sudden there is a change in that child, don't assume the child is being stubborn. Don't assume the child is being lazy. That child needs attention. And you may be the only person to save that child. I have seen a 12-year-old who committed suicide in Nigeria. 12. How many of you have sniper in your house? Just raise up your hand. Because when you get home, tell your mom and your dad that there are other ways to kill cockroaches. I'm very serious. And by yourself, okay, they will beat you, I will accept one point in the toilet yourself. But teachers, my point is, when you see a child that has been doing well and suddenly changes, that child needs attention. Just ask. When you see your friends, when I see UI students, there are not so many here today, so we have secondary students, and they tell me, okay, you're talking about mental health, what can I do? I said, first thing, be a human being. I will soon end. Be a human being, first thing. Okay. Be a human being. What do I mean by that? I treated a patient about 6 years now, a UI student, who for 2 semesters wasn't going to class. He lived in the hostel. So that would mean that he had roommates. And for 2 semesters, he did not go to class. So when I say be a human being, you cannot see your roommate be in the room he came to school now, Abi. He's not like he to do POS. I don't know, I know now. I said, and right now we are collecting money from POS. You don't know the correct. Let's leave those matters. All the roommate needed to do was to tell the Potters, I have a roommate who is not going to school. And that's all, and they'll take it up from there. And so there was trouble when Senate had to sit, and the guy had not done registration, he has not gone to school, he had not done anything. But what the guy had was social anxiety. So he cannot sit in class. He thinks everybody is talking about him. He thinks everybody is looking at him. and he had roommates for one whole session, but he didn't go to school. So first, be a human being. Yes, I don't like her guts. It's fine. Be a human being. Even if you cannot talk to that person directly, talk to somebody who can help that person. Okay? So in your class, you find the girl that you feel is very pompous. She keeps to herself. The girl might just be depressed. Be a human being. Good morning, how are you? Does it kill you? How are you? And the person says, I'm fine. You do the same thing tomorrow. You do the same thing next tomorrow. The person says, okay, I can trust that this person. You know, there's a way to ask how are you. Good morning, how are you? You are not waiting for a response. It's not that type of. So when somebody asks good morning, good morning, I think genuinely good morning, how are you? You want to know how the person is. Can we pledge to do that? Can we pledge to do that? To be human beings indeed. It doesn't cost us so much. And then somebody is able to share with you, I come to class and I can't see. You're like, oh, you can't? And then we should move your seats now. Okay, when I copy my notes, I'll be able to share with you. That might be all that person needs. Okay. So I'm still talking about signs of not being mentally well. They're not doing well in school, but they refuse to go to school. But Nigeria said we don't have people that refuse to go to school. We will flog them to school. Even when they get to school, they're not doing well, we will flog them in the school. Our teachers are listening. Then they avoid friends and social contact. So your friend that has been very active, and all of a sudden the person withdraws to themselves, they need help. I'm not talking about the serious mental illnesses here. I hope you know. We have mental illnesses that everybody knows what is mental illness. It's not that one I'm talking about yet. Okay. Then people suddenly become aggressive. They become antisocial. If I ask now, how many of us seated in this room have taken cannabis before? You know what cannabis is now? No, thank you. It's so common that you will find 5-year-olds at Mokola, they will tell you the different names. Yes. You heard of skunk, Abi? Abi? And all the different, let's not start calling the names here. So I know that you know. But let me tell you one thing. We don't deny anymore in mental health that those things don't do any good. They make you feel high. But once you take cannabis, even if it's just once, your risk of having what we call psychosis, you see those people on the road, they are the ones that are the psychotic patients, increases 6-fold, just one. Someone say, but Fela took it, nothing happened to him. We were not there when Fela was going to go and receive rehabilitation. When Naira Marley goes to go and receive rehabilitation, you are not there. You see him, I don't know their songs, I don't listen to them, but you see them take it, and you think they are okay. When they come for treatment, they tell us that we should not disclose, so you don't see. You can achieve everything you want to achieve in your life without being on drugs. Every single thing that you want to achieve in life without being on drugs. And if a friend tells you, you are a Jew man, you are a Jew lady, how can you not be? In fact, we cook it with Indomie now. They won't, why are you saying her? Is that not what they do? So you eat Indomie today, Jumoke, sorry, I have to say Jumoke. Indomie or Johnny. Can you make it again? They give you the second time. By the third time, you are hooked. So I tell my kids, don't collect anything from anybody in school. I'm sure my son collects something from you people in school, Abi? You don't know my son? Ask him, he knows my son. If you collect from him, you come and report him, you have permission to report him. Because you don't know who's coming from who. They put it inside cookies now. You know, Abi? So you don't only drinks. They will have baked the cookies very well and they will give it to you. You take the one, you take the by day 3, you're already hooked. Okay, so let's be wise. Then people becoming very anxious about their weight and losing weight and becoming too thin and becoming too fat. Then thought of harming themselves. If for any reason you start to think that life is not worth living. You need help. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? The life will never be a better place because you left it. This life will never be a better place because you left. And they will say in Yoruba that there's nothing coming from the sky that this ground cannot take. So your challenges cannot be too much that you cannot receive help. Okay? Don't blame me again. This is my last slide. So what are some of the ways you can improve your mental health? Make social connections, especially face to face. Leave all those fake friends. You see all those people that love you on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat. Make TikTok. In fact, that TikTok, I don't understand the music. Okay, and TikTok. I'm a social media savvy parent, so don't look at me like that. So just that some of them. But those are not real friends. They cannot give you a hug. I'm serious. There are some times when all you just need to do is hug somebody and cry. And then you'll be fine. Snapchat will not. That uncle does. Uncle, I will seize your phone. Those are the things we are talking about. Snapchat cannot help you. Facebook cannot help you. So seriously, you need genuine friends. They don't have too many. You need one or two genuine friends. People you can say, I am struggling with so and so. Can I talk to you? Okay? You need to stay active. We all live sedentary lives now. No one is just finished. The phone is just the next thing to pick. And then you are there 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Some people deceive themselves that they are doing homework on YouTube. God knows your house number. Okay. If you feel overwhelmed, please talk to somebody. Okay? Usually I drop my numbers, but people are from diverse groups. I don't want somebody calling me from out of the blues that I don't know and to speak to me. But I would give my number to the coordinator to give to the teachers. If you have a student that is in need of help, you can just reach out. Okay, but don't give the students my number because they will call me in the middle of the night. Yeah. Okay. Eat well, sleep well, avoid drugs and alcohol. Then no matter what life throws at you, pause, cry. Did you hear me? Men, cry. Where are they? Where are the men in the house? Wave your hands, all of you. Okay, boys, if you don't want to answer men, boys to men. Men, cry. I'm serious. You see that mentality of you're a man, you're not supposed to cry. It's killing a lot of. See, Toba don't cry. I'm serious. Then when you are done, wipe your eyes and pick up yourself. There's nothing coming from this sky that this ground cannot take. Okay? So this is wishing all of you a healthy mental health.